everyone, it's Borg Brain coming back at you with another educational blockchain video. Now, this video is again on Polkadot. So this is my third video that I'm doing on Polkadot, and it'll be more or less sort of like the same as the first two videos, where I will discuss a bit about Polkadot and then I will do a thing. And the thing I'm doing today is a big one. It's nominating validators, and it's specifically in the Polkadot JS app, their backend app. Now, when nominating validators, there's a whole bunch of ways to passively earn dots by, like, quote unquote nominating validators, or staking dot. And so when you're staking dot, essentially those dots are nominating validators. You go to Kraken and you'll get your 12% APY. Other places as well, your Binance or wherever, but where you get the most control is through .js app. And when you get the most control, well, you can get upwards of somewhere in the range of 20% APY as compared to 12% at Kraken, which I believe is the best rate for any of the centralized exchanges. I think it's, I don't know, why not get a better APY for staking, but then why also not have more autonomy and control over doing the things you're doing? So anyway, this is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. Do your own research, be safe, have fun. I'm an anonymous guy on the internet. I try to present clear, kind of objective information. But not everything that I say is necessarily 100% correct. I try to be. And I'm also an anonymous guy on the internet, so, I mean, take everything with a grain of salt. Don't just watch this video as your single source for getting all this information. Yeah, I don't know. That's about all I want to say about that. This is for CS, Crypto Society. This is on the Crypto Society YouTube channel for my series of my challenge to myself. Borg Brain's challenge to do one educational blockchain video every single day. Now, I'm not recording a video every single day, but like today, this is the fourth or fifth video I've recorded. I'm trying to catch up on the weekends because I work 60 hours a week away from computer and phone, and I've only been doing this for maybe 10 days now, and last week was hard. I had to record a couple of videos during the week, and it's very difficult to do it after work. So I'm hoping to catch up over this weekend. I've got one full day. This may be the last video for tonight, but I'm hoping to spend the rest of the night doing more prep for a bunch more videos tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get maybe 2 weeks ahead of the game so I can start getting into some more technical subjects and getting into some things where I've got a steeper learning curve, and to maybe do some better prep on some of my videos, as I found some of my videos are I'm doing it for the first time live, which is fine, but yeah, let's see where this goes. I'm gonna try to push myself to really go into new territories. If you have any suggestions for videos, you like the content or whatever, let me know. And of course, ring the bell, subscribe, do what you will. There might be a little tip jar in the video description. If there is, feel free to send a little tip to Crypto Society so we can keep making awesome content if you so choose. Anyway, all that being said, let's dig into the content. So I've got a couple tabs up, and here we are. So learnpolkadot.com. This is my first one. Just come here and check it out. Now, they haven't they've been slacking for a couple months, but this is a cool little channel where there's a bunch of Polkadot information, Polkadot videos. You can click them, you can watch them. Come check it out. This is this is basically a space that's supposed to be about learning and participating and sharing stuff about Polkadot. A sort of a third-party community around Polkadot. So yeah, if you want to learn more, come to learnpolkadot.com. And another resource here is Polka Project. So polkaproject.com. Of course, all the links here will be in the description. The same with CS and the same with me, my Twitter and all that. But um, yeah, so right now there's you know, okay. So here's the deal. So first of all, you see polkaproject.com. The first thing you got to know is just because it says Polka anything, same with Learn Polkadot. Okay, this is not technically Polkadot. Now this is made by Polkadot ambassadors. Um, Polkadot might, you know, they might give a little bit of help, funding to pay for the website hosting, or maybe not. I'm not really sure. But the point is that this is a third-party website. So this is not, paid Polkadot employees, let's say, right? This is a community project. And Polka Project here is this is a, again, this is a third party. So if you see Polka this or Polka that, the only Polka, the only Polkadot thing that's fully Polkadot is Polkadot. Okay? All the other Polka this and Polka that's are third party, they're other entities, they're other organizations, they're other groups, they're other teams. So just remember that when you're doing that, because you see China Polka, right? And you think, oh, that's Polkadot. No, that's China Polka. You see Polka Switch. Oh, that's Polkadot. No. And the same thing goes for Polka Starter, Polka Swap. All these things are third party. They're not Polkadot. So just when you're exploring this ecosystem, just if the reason why I'm saying this is just so many people, they see Polka Starter and then they're like, oh, is Pol's token the same as Dot? And it's like, and these are two totally different projects. Okay, there's Polkadot is Polkadot. Polka this, Polka that is basically delete the Polka and just call it this or that, right? Because it's not Polkadot, right? Now, there's no FUD against anyone who's sort of co-opted the Polka name for various Polka projects or whatever, but I would caution it with some of these. Now, some of them are very like legit projects where they use the Polka name, but I'm just saying that there's various levels of gray. And so, you see 347 projects that are on Polkadot, and now you see here, substrate-based is 111, and here you see tooling is 29. So this is very, very, very important, right? When you go down through here and you see whatever, okay, substrate-based. I'm just going to click on this just for a second because I'm kind of suspicious of this, just to be honest. The reason is when there's all these projects and they're like, oh, we're a Polkadot project or whatever, but they're not necessarily actually based in substrate. Most of these projects, the vast majority of these projects, are actually based on Solidity. They're Ethereum-based projects that are, riding the hype of the Polka name. Now, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily not trying to, bridge to Polkadot, to build on Substrate or whatever, but right now they have a token that's an ERC20 token, they're trying to fundraise, and it's either somewhat sketchy or it's a fake it till you make it kind of a thing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just want to make that clear because I see way too many people out there who seem to get confused by this. And then they're making, decisions that are not well informed. So if you didn't know, now you know. And I would strongly recommend kind of relaying this information to other people when you run into them and they're like, they're thinking Polka this or Polka that is Polkadot, then you just set them straight because I think many hens make light work. And the more that all of us know, the more we're all informed, the better the space is going to be for everyone, is my thought on the matter. But let's just click substrate based, and I'm going to give you my opinion. So Polkadot substrate based, yes. Kusama is, yes. Dat I don't know of. Subsocial, Akala, Chainx, Edgeware, yes, they all are. Now, Chainlink's not technically substrate based, but I believe they have some sort of bridge. Darwinia 100% is, Fala 100% is. Now, here's an interesting case. So Ocean Protocol and Energy Web Foundation, they're both, early on, they were in the Polkadot roadmap and all that stuff. Now, I don't know what's going on with it right now, to be perfectly honest. Ocean Protocol, uh, I know they've talked about doing a bridge to Tendermint, and they're currently an ERC20 token. Energy Web is not technically ERC20. They have a POA, a proof of authority network, that's very, very, very similar to Ethereum. It'd almost be considered like maybe a sidechain to Ethereum, and so you could almost say they're Ethereum, but they had a recent AMA where they said, well, we don't have any reason to port to Polkadot, which I was like, what? So I don't know. Energy Web Foundation, apparently, I was told in the most recent AMA, he said, oh, after all the promises in Q4 2020 saying, oh, a tier 1 exchange is coming, a tier 1 exchange is coming. I mean, they've actually been saying that for 6 months or something. And then on top of that, they say, oh, well, the first tier exchange is really hard and maybe it's not going to happen. And also, we're not going to port to Polkadot. So I really love this project. It's the first project I've ever invested in, but as of right now, not substrate based, and also no plans to be substrate based. FYI, okay. Robonomics, yes, substrate based. Catal, substrate based, but this is it's a Rito, what's his face? An OG Web3 builder, OG blockchain guy. I really, really like him, and this was his project. And then he discontinued it. He made an announcement in the Telegram channel, and this is a discontinued project. But I think he's just working full time for Parity Tech / Web3 Foundation right now. But anyway, yeah, and also Rito is. If you want to know more about him, Melon, which Crypto Society did an AMA with, they've rebranded to Enzyme Finance. That's a really, really cool project. I feel like they're kind of tailor-made to port to Polkadot at some point, or maybe port to lay on top of Plasm Network. I think would be just a great fit. I haven't heard any word from that, but Mona El Isa, the CEO or founder or whatever of Enzyme / Melon, the other co-founder actually was Rito, and I don't know what happened. He left Melon, he was doing Catal for a bit, and then doing Polkadot, and I don't know. Anyway, MXC, I don't know. Bifrost is definitely substrate based. Acropolis is. Assure, I'm not sure. Math Chain, I'm not sure. Plasm, Kilt, yes. Kalupu, yes. So these are all Totem, I'm not sure. So this, yeah, Polymac for sure. Some of these I don't know, but Polymesh, Interlay, Sora, all those are 100%. Unique, Kylan, Doc, yes, yes, yes. Centrifuge. So they at least seem to be mostly 100% substrate based. Like Crust is 100% substrate based. Laminar is 100% substrate based. These are facts. Moonbeam, yeah. Zenlink, yeah. Those are Staffy, Seller. So there's certainly some Nodal, Clover. Yeah. So at bare minimum, most of the ones that they label substrate based are actually substrate based. So I'm happy with that. So anyway, if we go to all, we start going down through these, and there's some in here that are kind of a little bit iffy. Whatever. I'm not going to be naming names. I'm not out here to FUD projects and talk shit. I'm here to talk about the cool stuff. So let's talk about the cool stuff. So anyway, we're nominating validators on Polkadot today. So you want to go to the source. So the main source, so Polkadot has a wiki, which is wiki.polkadot.network. Of course, the link will be in the description. And they've got a document here how to nominate on Polkadot. So it has the basics, but then it gets into some more techie stuff that you don't necessarily need if you're just you know sending receiving dots to a wallet or nominating validators. But as you go down through here, it does have the basics, but I think some of it gets kind of lost. Like down here, right? It's like, oh, uh, reward destination example. Here's a bunch of code. To nominate a validator, you can execute the following command. I mean, this is for super nerds, you know. Pardon, I don't mean to see it sound whatever, but it's not for the common man. And this is like I feel like I could figure this out, how to do this sort of manually with code, but I have absolutely no desire to even attempt that when the system itself is fine, and I'm going to show you how to do it the way I learned, basically. So who I originally learned from, actually, was Bill Laboon. He was the first guy. So Bill Laboon is the technical education lead at Polkadot, and if you go to the Polkadot official website, he's got this video, which was picking validators to nominate. And oh, whoops. So picking validators to nominate. There was a second one. How do I stake nominate on Polkadot? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the point is, this one is also picking validators. So essentially, he has another video, Billabong, that he made before this one, and it was how to nominate a validator, and then this one is sort of how to choose a validator. So it's nominating a validator with your tokens, but then how do you choose a validator? So two separate videos. Anyway, I'm going to have both of them in the description. I'll go track down the other one. I thought I had it up here, but I just had a duplicate of the picking validators one. So anyway, now we're going to go on to one last place. So that's Pokastats.io. And, you're here, and you click staking, okay? And that brings you to here, right? Click staking validators. And it brings you to here. Now, the reason why I get you to come here is because this lists the validators, right? And, the blocks that are being produced, the total stake that's inside the validator, the amount of stakers that are staked inside of each validator, and then the commission. All right, so a couple things. So here you see, Polkadot.pro, you see Staker Space, Dokio Capital, but then the rest of these are just wallet addresses. So if you see over here, the commission, it's 100%, 100%, 100%. So all these ones that are just wallet addresses are often, as you can see here, they're one or two wallet addresses, all of them, and they're all at 100%. So they take 100% of the commission for nominating validators. So if you stake in one of them, you're not going to get any rewards. And the reason why they put it as a 100% commission is just to tell you, like, hey, we have enough dots to run our node, and we don't need your dots. So, you want to stake with someone who's taking, say a 1% cut or maybe a 10% cut, depending on certain factors. But those are the ones you want to stake with because you're going to get more rewards. But there's some caveats. So, the long story short is if a validator needs to be dependable, and if their blocks they're validating are not in line with the other validators, then they get slashes. And if they go offline or they're not dependable, they get slashes. So what a slash is when the amount of dots that are staked, there's a little penalty given to the total dots. So when they get penalized, not only do you not get the your percent of the reward for that transaction, for the percentage of dot that you hold in the total stake of that pool, but on top of that, there's actually a slashing penalty for all the total stake. So you know, there's the amount of commission, but then there's also how dependable is the validator, right? So if you're picking a validator that's not very dependable, they've got a low commission, or you're picking one that's more dependable, maybe it's a higher commission. I guess the ideal one is that you have a 0% commission with a very um, dependable node. But if the commission is so low, like 0%, that means they're not making any passive income unless they're staking on their own node. But then they're sharing space on their node with people like you or I, and it's sort of counterproductive because running a node is not cheap, and it takes time and dedication. So essentially, those are two of the angles. Now, the third angle is maybe you want to stake with a validator node because the validator node is a contributor to the ecosystem in the space. They do videos, they do this, they do that, they outreach and write articles and whatnot. Uh, Doing something beyond just running a node. They're contributing by building tooling, or Polkastats.io, things like that. So anyway, the point is that we want to go over here to commission, because that's going to be the first. I feel like for most people that'll be the first thing they're going to look at. So we click the little arrow under commission, and now we get the zero commission. So here we go. When you look at this list, right? So you have all these sub 1% commissions, okay? One thing that's very important to know about this whole thing is that these rates of commission, the validators can change them at any time. So when we get over here and we see stuff, there's a way to you can keep track of it. And if the numbers change with the validator that you're nominating, then you can choose to kind of delete them or pull out or whatever. Now this is a process I'm probably gonna show you a little bit of this like on a later video, but for now I'm just gonna pick out some validators. Now you could just pick out one validator. The problem with that is if because they kind of come and go. Now if you nominate like a little collection of, I don't know, 7 or 8 validators, that means that no matter what, you're always going to be nominating one validator. Only one can be nominated at a time, but they'll kind of rotate around or just kind of stay on one if it's stable. So it's sort of a fail-safe to have a few. Now we have these Zug Capital ones, and I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to nominate Zug Capital because they got too many. So I'm going to scroll down the list a little bit and see where we have it. So, all right, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to stake with what Way. This is Way of. No, I could be wrong, but I bet you this is Way of the creator behind Kalupu. He works for Parity Technologies, and he is a major contributor to not only Substrate but also Solidity. So Ethereum and Polkadot, he's a major contributor. I could be wrong, and this is not his node, but I feel like it might be. So I'm going to nominate Way and Way 2. And Jacko, I feel like I've seen them around as part of the community in some way. So I'm going to nominate both of them. Kind of, V4 and V3 Jacko. I'm going to nominate those ones. And then, what next? Staking for All. I'm going to nominate Staking for All for sure, because Staking for All is run by Shays. And Shays is a Polkadot ambassador who's around really early and just put in so much free volunteer time helping people in Telegram, and the patience and goodwill that woman has given to Polkadot is going to be rewarded by me staking in her node plus 1%. So props to Shays at Staking for All, and I don't have it up here right now, but I'll include the Staking for All website because there's articles and kind of how-tos and some other stuff on Polkadot. So as soon as we hit staker space here, now we get into 2%. So I'm going to add a couple of those. I'm going to add Ribena because they produce some tooling or something. I can't remember now. And Where else? Now we're getting up into 3%. So I don't know, I'll do p2p.org too, I guess. What else? I'll go right down to the end of the 3%. 1 or 2 or 3% taken out of my portion of the rewards it's not that much, right? But then I get up into 5%, and I could do that, but I'm just going to stick with the smaller ones because I feel like most of you probably are too. So I hope I've explained this enough at this certain point, but essentially I'm showing you how to, the different angles of why you might want to select a particular validator, okay? And, these are all like not, they're they're all reasons, and I've given them to you. So anyway, let's boogie. You got to go to polkadot.js.org/apps, and you end up here, the same places we've been in the past couple videos. So you go to accounts, and here we are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to nominate all my dots, but I'm going to nominate part of my dots, and I'm going to leave them in this account. And the rest of the dots I'm going to leave them here, but those dots are going to go elsewhere because there are more things to do with dots. This is my third Polkadot video, but it's not going to be my last. So anyway, how to stake. So you go to network and you go to staking, and it brings you here. And, has to think for a little bit. And essentially, we go over to PokeStats here, and where is my first one that I would want it to do? I want it to do way. We come back here. Oh, he's still thinking. We go back to PokeStats, and where? So yeah, so this is the way, and there we go. So always when you click the little symbol, you get the address, and you go back to staking here. Hopefully, kind of hurry it up. So I can just paste here, and I click enter. Oh, so I want it to yeah. He's gone. Anyway, so yeah, I was in the wrong place anyway. So as my computer seems to just be acting very slow right now. Regardless, we got to get through it. So when you're in the staking portal, up here you click Account Actions, okay, and then you click Nominator. Now, so this is an important thing. So the controller account is the account from which I am staking dots. So this is where the dots are. And then the stash account is where I put the rewards. Now, as they say over here, oh, you should probably put them in different accounts, and then there's increased security. Also, you don't want to tie up the funds. Now, I'm not staking everything that's in here, but if I was, yeah, I mean, essentially, I get to choose to compound my rewards or not. So, that's it. So my value bonded. Here we go. So I'm going to bond 122 dots. And one final thing this before I kind of click next that is needed to be known before bonding dots is that when I start bonding, as soon as the next epoch is, which I think epochs are 1 day, I believe, on Polkadot, as soon as the next epoch is, go through a full epoch, I get the rewards for that epoch. My dots become fully bonded as of the beginning of the next epoch. And then I say, oh no, I want to be able to use my dots. I want to sell them. I want to whatever. So you want to unbond them. Then for 28 days, that's basically the unbond period. And that's when they're in stasis. They're not moving. They cannot be moved. They're not earning passive rewards. They're not doing anything. And that's about it. And then over here, essentially, are some options. So if I choose stash account, increase the amount at stake. This is me, compounding. Stash account, do not increase the amount at stake. This means the rewards go into is when I get them, they're free to be moved and spent, and they're not included in the they're not compounding interest essentially. I go to the controller account, or I can specify a specific payment account. So I could say like, oh well, I want all my rewards to go to whatever, but I'm going to keep this really simple. I'm going to say increase the amount at stake, stash account, controller account. It's all the same, so it's going to compound. And of course, I'm not putting in all my dot. I'm putting in, about half and a little over half, and that's going to auto compound. So that's my plan. So then I click next, and we're thinking. And so now we get to the place where we get to choose nominators. So if I come up here and I click paste, I should hopefully get the way account. And there we go. So I'm going to select way, and then I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to come back to Polkastats, and I'm going to click back. And I scroll to the top as I wait. This might take a little while, so I'm going to scroll down, down, down. And I remember I liked Ribena, so I'm going to click them. Who else did I like? I liked, it was going to do one P2P, so they're in. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, so I wanted 2 of the Jackos. I was going to do V3 and V4. Well, let's just do V1. Why not? And then keep scrolling down. Let's see. I think I wanted a... I definitely do want to stake with Shay. So staking for all, one of Shay's accounts. And I'm going to get a couple more. Maybe I'll do one Zug Capital just because they have that nice, small, small fee. And yeah, where are we here? Staking facilities, Dragon Stake. Yeah, let's just do Dragon Stake because I think they had 3% as well. And let's just scroll down for a little bit more. See if we get one more of those, ones that kind of stuck out to me. Polkadot Pro regular. I think they were in that list. Well, let's keep scrolling down. Maybe we'll get one more for Way. Some lot of these P2P and Zug Capital ones, though. Hey, Federico, where have you gone, Federico? Well, I mean, I don't know. Do I have enough? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got enough. So let's forget this, and we're going to bond and nominate. So we click bond and nominate, and then we get here, and we got to click a password. So I'm going to get that password. And here I am. Put in the password, and I click sign and submit. And it's broadcasting, and it's done, staked. All right, so I mean, that's it. That's how to nominate validators. Now, there are a couple other things with this. I click down here, and you'll see. This is an important one. So eight's a solid number. So it says waiting nominations. So here's all my validators that I've nominated from the pool. And only one will nominate. I'll only be able to nominate one with my 122 dots at a time. Basically, they're waiting for the next epoch so they can start nominating. Now, when I go into my accounts and I click here, and now it'll show things. So here's my account. Here's my my 230 dot. Now if I click here, all right. Now what do you see, right? So I've got 107.9 108 dot that are transferable, and I've got my 122 that are locked, okay, via staking bond, as it tells you when you mouse over, and those are bound dots, bonded dots. Now, again, if I want to stop, I go to network, I go to staking, I go to account actions, and I go to, right? Now I'm here, so I click stop, and I get out. I can click here, bond more funds, and change the reward destination, change the controller destination, all those kinds of things. If I go in here to, or not nominators, if I go into validators, I believe it is. Yeah, I think I gotta wait for the next block, but the point is, through this portal, I can change uh, who the active validator is, or I can drop a validator. I can add validators. So I don't need to if a validator changes it to 100%, I'm like, oh no, and like I don't need to unbond 28 days, then rebond and choose new ones. I can just kind of quick change them out. But that'll be a topic for another video in the future. I'm going to sign out now on this one, but suffice to say, essentially, I'll be doing more Polkadot videos, and in the next one, I will hope to cover sort of. I'll go over that. I'll try to fit in some other stuff because that's not a huge big topic, but yeah, that'll be touched on in the next video along with whatever other kind of Polkadot related stuff I'm going to be talking about. so with that, if you like the video, then like, subscribe, ring the bell. All the relevant links up here will be in the description. Let me know if you got any suggestions for videos I should cover in the future. And as always, stay safe out there in these trying times. We can always use a little bit more love and a little bit more patience. So, that's it. Hope you liked the video. Have a lovely day. This is Borg Brain signing out. And that's it. Peace.